Hey people, what's going on? It is now, the 27th of December? 2 days after Christmas, is it? Anyway, felt like getting on and talking a little bit about music. Talking about what I've been listening to lately. For the last couple of weeks, I've been catching up on hip hop, to be honest with you. And everything I do is reason based, and the reason for that is, well, I like to know what's going on in music, but I'll go through long periods of disconnecting too. I shared that recently I started doing this mentoring program with high school students, primarily black kids. There's some white kids, but and as a result, I'm observing, kind of getting reconnected with what's happening with youth. And so I wanted to reconnect with what's going on the radio, what kids are listening to, especially hip hop, because hip hop is rock and roll of today. It has been for a few decades now. I remember when hip hop was taking hold, and even I was one of the old guard who said that I didn't get it. I was more interested in music than people just talking, and thought that it would. I was like the old school figure. Oh, it's just a fad, but it's replaced rock and roll as the voice of youth, and understandably, actually, with time and perspective for me, hindsight, it makes sense, that a whole different genre would be embraced by youth who it's always about trying to identify or have a voice of your own as opposed to that of your parents or the generation before you. So anyway, I been wanting to become more familiar with what's popular and why. And I've had, like I said, I'm repeating myself, but before I talk about the music, I want to say that in the past, if you followed me, I've had problems in the past, just conflicted feelings about the content of a lot of hip hop. So it's not that it's new. Sex has always been the popular topic of music, and double entendres and songs that say one thing but are really about sex has been the case forever. But from my perspective, I'm not a kid. This stuff seems real blatant, real in your face to me. But let's talk about some of the music. I wish I could play some while I listen. Some of the what appear to be hot artists in hip hop today, I actually rather like. Okay, so for example, a big song this year was "Antidote" by Travis Scott. Wow, musically that's very interesting. Love the atmosphere in that. Once again, the lyrics, it's like, I just don't know how I would feel about these words if I were a woman, okay? I mean, sometimes it's some of the words are sort of funny, but it's like the serious side of me always sees, okay, there's an outcome of our focus being what it is. Like, for example, an antidote, second verse is something about fuck 3 hoes that I met this week. I don't do no old hoes. It's funny, but it's like, at the same time, it's like, how would I feel about that if I were the opposite sex? Another song where the music is really nice is Junior Castro, Get Home. So the clean version, the refrain is, as soon as I get home, I'll be loving you. But the real version is, you know what the song's about? It's about big butts and popping that pussy, which is what's the first thing he says in the song. And he sings it so nicely. But I watch the videos too, and I be looking at the people that are in the videos, and I look at the main model who's his foil in the video. And when I study her face, it's like she's not digging this, But it's like we seem to be stuck with this male sexist point of view that seems to dominate music in general. I like the music, and the guy can sing. It's like if I was a woman, I wouldn't be spreading nothing for him. Another big hit, who the rapper I think is really not very good, but the song is good, is "Sorry" with Chris Brown. Rick Ross, I don't think much of it all when it comes to rapping. No, nothing actually. But this is a very hooky song. With that in mind, Justin Bieber's song "Sorry." I would never. His music is not for me. But the hooks in this song are really good. The production on these records is impressive. I'm actually studying them as I know I don't make music for kids. I know that my sell-by date for having a hit is way past due, but I'm still trying to improve making music and making music for people that can sell. So I'm studying this stuff, seeing what I can add to what I'm working on in my project. Some other stuff that I listen to that I really like: "In the Night" by The Weeknd. Abel, beautiful voice. The guy's got a great voice. Tory Lanez, "Say It." What a beautiful track. I mean, it's like, again, the words are just about having sex, and nothing else. But the track and some of the vocal melodies, beautiful, beautiful. I love that track. Another one where, again, it's like these words and what life is about. Seems to be so cheap. But "Tenacia" with Chris Brown, "Player." I like that. I like the music, and actually use that as a template to try a new track that I recorded last night. I won't play it now. And then some other hits that are out now that the kids are really digging: "Get Ugly" by Jason Derulo. I mean, it's very, very, very hooky, very catchy. And I like the production on most of these things. The thing I'm noticing is I like the production. Here's the other thing I'm noticing is that the hits of today really demonstrate how the MTV age changed was part of it. Part of changing people's attention span, which is much shorter now, which is not a good thing. I notice in most of these records, which are aimed at a youth audience, things are constantly changing, coming in, dropping out. The beat is changing. It's like a video game, like I said in a couple videos ago. It's like things have to constantly keep moving to keep people's attention. And I notice this in the production, which is it's fascinating, and I want to learn from it because it's pretty neat, in some ways. It's cool, So those are some of I think these are like mainstream. Are these mainstream hits? I think I would call them mainstream in the hood. Okay, another one is "I Don't Mind" by Usher. I think that came out early this year, but it's still being played a lot here locally. Okay, then I watch videos to catch up because I wanted to just get more familiar in general with who is who. So another thing that I saw recently that I really liked, the music, was Omarion featuring Chris Brown and Jhené Aiko, supposed to be. Again, the words are again about being sexually adept. I mean, I guess this is the most important thing, is to be able to pop that ass and lay the pipe right. Nothing new, but it's just, I find it interesting how more people don't make the disconnect between popular culture and then, especially in the black community, you have what our popular culture is, and then you have, on the complete opposite, this church stance, which it's insane. It's, to me, there's a realistic meeting point in the middle where spirituality and popular culture could coexist. But come to Jesus or be in the streets and be a dog. How ridiculous. No wonder. It's insane to me. It is. Okay, let me keep going about this. So I was checking out Childish Gambino. He's okay. Let me tell you who I think is impressive and who I don't. Childish Gambino's okay. I was checking out. Okay, so Tyler's work with me, fucking. Sorry, here I'm trying to look at my history and okay. Tyler the Creator and all that thing that he had started with his group, Odd Future. I guess you could call that alternative hip hop. It's just, there's a lot of crazy, very sound oriented loops that they use for the beats, which I find interesting. But the words, once again, it's like some of it is like, it's so irreverent, but it's not stupid. It's obvious these people have intelligence, but it's like, man, the focus. Okay, do you feel me? And if you don't, that's fine. this is what I want to talk about today. So I see Tyler the Creator. I see his talent. One of the rappers that and who really does impress me on all fronts is Kendrick Lamar. He really does have a flow that's amazing. And the other person who is current that I have to give credit to when I listen to him do free flow, and when he drops his verses, how they really stand out from other people, is Lil Wayne. I have to give him credit. It's like, I don't know how crazy he is or how much of a drug problem he really has with cough syrup or whatever it is, but he's got a brilliant mind. I would be curious to see what some of these people could do if they were allowed to be in positions of responsibility and authority. If they were given power in a different direction other than just making records and making sure they made money. I wonder if some of these people could actually be very responsible and to come up with some interesting things. Kendrick Lamar is someone who makes me think of that possibility. Now, one of my longtime favorite rappers, who I've never said this because I don't have any of his records, but one of the rappers I've always liked is Busta Rhymes. So I was catching up on Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes is a head and shoulders above most everybody else, in my opinion. That man is amazing. He's very smart, and he's just very adept with his words. Okay, let me keep going. Then I was checking out a little bit of drum and bass, because it's still going on, and I didn't make the connection that Azealia Banks, who I really like, who raps, her music is more drum and bass than straight hip hop, which is interesting. I like what she does. Okay, Skrillex is in there. Skrillex and Diplo. My friends in the Faint have worked with Diplo, as a matter of fact, actually. Probably Skrillex, too. Okay, I'm just looking, okay. I checked out this singer, some girl that the kids are listening to, Melanie Martinez. Wasn't impressed. Travis Scott does impress me, although it's like, again, like I say, this dichotomy or this... Anyway. Major Lazer, okay. Big Sean, I can see why people like Big Sean. I can see he's pretty cool. A white rapper, or he looks white anyway, who's kind of interesting is G-Eazy. There's this video where he's doing this thing called I Mean It, where he's like a newscaster. That's clever. Schoolboy Q does not impress me, although I hear how he's having hits like with Collard Greens, but his rhyming and his raps don't impress me. Earl Sweatshirt is interesting, strange. Again, it's like there's such a disconnect between, it's like we say as parents we want to raise our kids to be good people, and this is what they end up doing. And I can use myself as an example. The two kids that I helped to raise, they're adults now. They love hip hop and they love the nightlife. They're all right, but they're an example of what I'm talking about, which is it's just mad hedonist fun for the moment, and it seems like that's the only thing that matters. No talk about the future. Pusha T is okay. Tyga. I saw a couple things by Tyga where I thought, well, he does have flow. Someone who is popular but to me, his approach is like, wow, I don't know, young thug, okay? On the one hand, I like his look a lot. You know, it was something that I aspired to when I was a kid, although I never had the money to have a cool look. I probably could, if I could have, he's someone I would have tried to look like. But when I listen to his rhymes and what he's talking about, it's like, no, this isn't cool. Someone else who's really popular right now is this guy that has the song called Post Malone or whether. Watching. I'm ready, sick of that. Now that's an example to me of a hook that is so dumb. I can see why it's popular, but it's dumb. And I hate it already. I liked it for a half a second. Post Malone. God, that sucks. And it's huge. Man, that man is rolling in money, probably. And that's the other thing I keep thinking. It's like I try to be a good guy, try to live by my values, but if I were to throw all that away and just put my business out in the street and do dirt and do wrong, matter of fact, if I made sure I was doing wrong, I could make some money. Isn't that weird? Okay, there's this guy I'd never heard of who apparently is huge, or at least he's so big he's worked with Taylor Swift. And I had never heard of him till yesterday. B.O.B. Bob. I had never heard of him. I watched several videos. I liked every one of them. I said, who is this guy? This guy's good. And then I was watching the one he made with Taylor Swift, and I was listening to her voice. It's like she sounds like a machine. She sounds like a robot to me. Is that why the kids like her? She don't even sound real. Okay, is that about it? I watched a whole bunch on Busta Rhymes because I just have so much respect for him. So yeah, that's the main thing. YG, okay. Just try the game, okay. You know, trying to see what's going on. You know, Black Youngster, no, Watching some female rappers, Trina, where again she's playing the hard sex approach, which appears to be the thing you have to do to get any play. Her video for Fuckboy is kind of hilarious. Migos, again, it's like interesting, you know. I think they're pretty good. Now, someone who I don't understand why he is making money, because I don't hear any talent, is I Love McConan. So this has got to be about, well, not got to be, but it appears to me to be about the cult of celebrity. Somehow this kid has made himself a star. I've listened to several videos trying to hear where is his talent. I haven't heard any yet. I Love McConan. None. Okay, so just checking this stuff out. Majid, Young Dro, Majid Jordan. Trying to see what's going on. Skippa da Flippa, Chi Ching, and the whole Jamaican aspect is cool. Somebody else who is real hard and street, but I can relate to him. I just feel like I can relate to this person is Waka Flocka. Waka Flocka Flame. I can relate to the man. You know, he comes hard, but I feel him. 2 Chainz, I can kind of relate to. So, Juicy J, I see why he's hot. And Nicki Minaj, she's all over the place. My heart goes out to Nicki Minaj because I think in actuality she's doing what she has to do to be successful. I imagine that, I bet that as a woman she probably has a lot of sad private moments dealing with the macho-ness of the business and how she has to exploit her body to make a living. I would think that you can only enjoy that so much, either as a male or a female. But I want to just get on and just share those things. And oh yeah, Silento, Watch Me Nene, Whip Nene, that's for children. And that's what it does, it gets me to smile. Another one, Remy Boys with Fetty Wap, 679. Meek Mill, Future's interesting. Okay, so I just want to actually just kind of give some love, give my thoughts, but really give some love to the production work on some of these hip hop songs, tracks, because some of the beats are very interesting. I'm trying to figure out how to make them. I know I'm not endeavoring to make music for kids, but I am endeavoring to upgrade my sound. Working with Ariane, the singer. Next year, I'd like to release something. We would like to get some traction. I'd like to make some legitimate money, so I can get back to trying to get this taken care of. Get a grill. I'd like to get that done. Instead of just kind of scraping by like I am right now. But that's what's going on with it's what it seems like it's going on. I usually stay up with the with rock and stuff, and since I've been listening to the getting up on the hip hop, I haven't really been much interested in seeing what's going on, because I haven't heard much new lately that really turns my head. Anyway, have a good day. We're getting ready for a new year.